Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ash Freeman here, and today we're going to be moving through a power vinyasa flow to build strength and resilience not only in our bodies but also in our mind. And I have said that this class is all levels, as the asanas or the postures that we'll be moving through are not necessarily harder or more advanced. Where we're going to meet our challenge today is that we'll be holding those poses for longer. So I encourage you today to stay in each pose for as long as you can, to connect with your breath and to work on that inner voice that might be telling you to come out a little bit early. Always modifying and taking breaks whenever you need. If you do enjoy the video or any other videos, please remember to hit like and subscribe to my channel. It just helps me to be able to create more videos for you, as well as see which ones that you guys prefer. So apart from that, all you'll need is a nice safe space for your yoga mat today, and let's get moving. Okay, my friends, so coming to a comfortable kneeling position towards the back of your mat. When you're ready, placing your palms down onto your thighs and closing down through the eyes. We always just take these first few moments to come into this space, come back to our center, come back to our breath, starting to let that outside world and the outer world dissolve away, committing this next time to yourself. And can we just start to deepen the breath now into the belly, feeling the belly rise and fall, the rib cage open and expand. Those beautiful inhalations swirling in the space in front and behind of your heart. Every exhalation grounding you, centering you, anchoring you here. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice here today, feeling free to go ahead and do so. It might be something that you can take off of your mat as well, into your day, into your week. Something that you'd like to work on. Otherwise, just connecting to yourself. And let's take a full breath in through the nose, all together, deep down into your belly. Exhale, let's sigh it out of the mouth. Empty the breath, let it all go. Once more, just like that, full breath into your belly. Exhale, letting it go. Gently opening up through the eyes, taking your knees a little wider, reaching the arms out in front, finding child's pose. But we're going to come onto the fingertips, lifting the elbows off the mat. Then take your forehead down. So feeling that opening under the armpits, stretch through the sides of the body. Hips sinking down towards the heels. And you might like to connect to your ujjayi breath here now, your ocean breath. Simply and gently constricting the back of the throat so that we can start to audibly hear our breath moving in and out through the nose. So the breath becomes almost a meditation in itself. But if ujjayi breath doesn't feel good for you, breathing normally is exactly perfect as well. One more full breath in. And from here, we're simply going to walk the hands further forward a little, stacking our hips over our knees, and then melting the heart down again, finding puppy pose. Pressing down actively into your palms, breathing open the front of the body, the front of the belly. You might want to stay with palms flat, or again, maybe lift up onto tented fingertips. And staying for one more full breath in, before we simply thread our right arm underneath the left, reach it out long. An option to take the left arm up towards the sky, maybe bend it to find a bind. Maybe keeping it down, just finding a little more opening and leverage here by pressing into the back of your right hand. Feeling the stretch behind the right shoulder and twisting from the belly. Coming back to center, taking it to the other side, left arm threads under the right. Again, maybe keeping right arm long, reaching it to the sky, or bending the elbow for the bind. As we ground down through the back of our left arm, deepen that twist and opening here from the belly. Taking one more full breath in here. And as we exhale, coming back to all fours, just taking a few little moments in cat-cow, working with your breath. So as you inhale, belly drops, heart draws through, gaze forward. As you exhale around the spine, press the mat away, chin to chest. Let's go 3 more here. And exhale, draw the belly back. Twice more. Connecting in, tuning into your own rhythm, your own flow. Last one. Finding as much juice as we press away as we can. Before we make our way back to all fours, walk the hands forward slightly and then shift the shoulders forward, come down onto your belly. Hands are underneath your shoulders, elbows are pinning back towards you, toes pointed. As we inhale, coming to a cobra pose, coming up however high feels good for you. Broaden the heart, broaden the shoulders, pressing into your fingertips as we exhale to lower. Twice more as we inhale to lift, pausing here. You might even feel those triceps start to engage and fire as we exhale to lower. One last time, inhale to lift, peeling the chest open. As we exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, pressing back to your downward facing dog, taking a moment to pedal out through your heels here. And just moving any which way that feels good for you, maybe lengthening through the sides, releasing through the neck before we find our center here. Spreading through your palms, think of pressing down through the thumb and the forefinger. Let our armpits turn in towards each other. Feel that broadening in your upper back. As we inhale, come onto the toes. Turn the heels out to the right. Lower the feet back down. Press the hips high. Feel that stretch through the left side of your body. Maybe even bending your knees here if you like. Loading up through the legs. Staying for one more full breath in. Shift the shoulders forward. We're going to open out to our side plank. So left arm peels up. Option to keep this bottom knee down if you like. Otherwise we lift. And we're going to hold. Can you find your center? Can you find your breath here? Can you use your breath to find a little more lightness as we lift the hips up and away? Maybe taking left arm up and overhead, find a beautiful stretch. For one more full breath in. And then we're going to square back to our high plank where we're going to stay or take the knees down. As we inhale, lengthen through the spine. As we exhale, we're going to lower chaturanga, elbows pin in, elbows come to 45. Press the mat back away as we lift. As we exhale, lower back down. And once more, inhaling to lift. Exhale, lower and hold here for a moment. One more full breath in. Exhale, lower. Lift the chest, coming to your cobra again. Then we tuck the toes, press back, find downward facing dog. Beautiful. Send those hips back and high. Again, connecting to the inner side of your hands, armpits drawing towards each other. Now, can we think of inner thighs spinning back and grounding down into the ball of your big foot? As we inhale, come to the toes, heels turn to the left. Again, pressing those hips back and high. Option to bend through the knees. Stretching into the right side of the body. Can we keep even weight into both hands? One more full breath in. And then we shift forward to find our side plank. Right arm peels up off the mat. Again, option to take bottom knee down or keep it lifted. Wherever you are, can we find that arc up and away from the mat? Maybe reaching top arm up. Breathing here. Can you find a little more expression in the pose? One more full breath in. Exhale, turning it back. Knees can stay down or lifted as we inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower control, chaturanga. Press the mat back away to lift. Exhaling to let it go. Last one, inhaling to lift. As we exhale, lower and hold. One more full breath in. Exhale, lower, coming to your cobra or your upward facing dog. And then exhale, pressing back to downward facing dog, pausing here. Beautiful. Again, finding any pedal out through your heels, finding that proper position of our dog. As we inhale, come to three-legged dog, heel lifts high. Bend the knee open through the hip here. Even weight pouring down into both palms, spreading those fingertips, trying to keep those shoulders as square down to the mat as you can. Squaring back to your three-legged dog. As you exhale, draw your knees to your nose, tiger curl, remembering you take breaks whenever you need. Inhale, sweep it back high. Exhale, draw it in and pause. We're going to hold. Knee to nose, draw the thigh to the belly, round through the shoulders. Hold. Inhale, sweep it back. We're coming to find that sweet relief as we step the right foot forward, take the back knee down. Arms come up and overhead, palms come together. From here, keeping the elbows nice and close, bending, bringing the thumbs towards the back of your neck. And softening down through those hips, pressing into the front heel. Can we draw the belly back, keep your ribs closed. An option just to take hold of your right elbow here too, if the palms together doesn't feel good for you today. Just still warming into the body now. Inhale, reaching up, keeping the hands together. Exhale, left knee to right thigh as we open out to our twist. Can we lift the heart towards the thumbs? Draw the belly in, extend through the back of your neck. And if that's not quite here for you today, take your left hand down and just open out into that twist, deepening through the hips. Staying for one more full breath in. And as you exhale, hands come down to the mat, send the hips back. Find your half Hanuman, drawing toes back towards your face. Now, some of us might like to keep the hands a bit closer or on the hips. Others might fold all the way forward, wherever you are. Think of drawing your right hip, your right femur, top of the femur, the thigh bone back towards yourself. So heel drawing back, squaring the hips. One more full breath in here, opening into the back of the leg. We're going to pivot on our back foot, take the left hand down, open into a beautiful side stretch. Again, reaching right arm tall, pressing into the outer blade of the back foot. One more full breath in here. Before we turn now to the back of the mat, left foot comes down as we lower all the way. Interlace the palms behind the back, point the toes, roll the shoulders open, lifting to your locust pose. Maybe even lifting the toes or the feet up off the mat. Legs are straight, toes are pointed. Kookaburra is laughing at me, he thinks we're crazy. One more full breath in, they all think we're crazy. Exhale, release, hands come down, sending it back downward facing dog. Taking a moment to pedal out again. Every time we come back to our downward facing dog, we come back to our center, our breath, our intention. We reset, we restack, we restart. Sweeping the left heel high, bend the knee open through the hip. Shoulders square. Even weight into both hands. Inhaling back to three-legged dog. Draw the knee to the nose, round through the shoulders. Pausing here. Inhale, sweeping it back. This time we're going to hold for a little longer. Draw the thigh up to your belly. The knee forward between your elbows. Spread your palms around the shoulders. Smooth your breath. One more full breath in and out. I am shaking. Inhale, sweep it back as we come for that sweet release. Step the left foot through, back knee down. Arms rise, palms together, bending the elbows here. Maybe resting the back of the head into the arms. Maybe taking hold of your left elbow. Just opening through the triceps and the shoulders here. Drawing left hip back. If you'd like a little more of a stretch, we can think of squeezing through this right glute. One more full breath in. Can we soften even further on the outs? Palms come together above the head, finding your twist, right hand down, or bringing the elbow to the thigh. I'm going to keep my hand down so I don't disrupt my microphone too much for you guys. Maybe finding a little half bind here as well. Oh, and I'll be honest, I filmed 40 minutes of this video and then I realized that I didn't press record, so here I am a second time. Double the goodness. Close it down, take the hands to the mat, sending your hips back, drawing the toes back towards your face. Finding that position that feels good for you. As we find the pivot, square down the left foot, open out, right hand down, reaching long through the side, pressing the hips forward. Taking one more full breath in. And as we exhale, come down all the way onto your belly, find locust pose a second time, interlace the palms, pointing through your toes. This time as we inhale, reach the hands back, reach the toes long. Strengthening through the back line of your body. Keep the breath smooth. Can we lift a little bit higher? One more full breath in. And then exhale, release. Take the hands down, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. Straight away, inhale, rising up, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat, find forward fold. Let's pause here for a moment. And I think that there might be some baby birds up in the top of this little hut. It's pretty cool. There's always something new here, that's for sure. Release the upper body, release the shoulders. Inhale, let's find a half lift, find space, fingertips to the mat or onto the shins. Exhale, letting it go, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing, reach tall through the fingertips. This time as we exhale, sitting down to our chair pose, we're going to hold here. Melt the shoulders away from the ears, but we're reaching up through those fingertips. Can we sit the hips a little lower? Any heat that you're feeling in your thighs, any shaking, any trembling, that is physical evidence and feedback of your body getting stronger. We welcome it in, we stay, we find our breath, we find our center. I know if you clicked on this video, you've come here to get stronger. Know that your mind, your body are always stronger than you think, than you know. One more full breath in. Take the hands to the heart. Inhale as we stand tall, reaching up. Then exhale, sitting back down, left elbow to right thigh again, finding the twist, hips low. Taking your weight to your right foot, come onto the ball of your left foot. From here, we're going to shoot the left foot all the way back to find a revolved lunge. So take a moment, you might need to take your hands down, find your balance again, and then open back. Pressing through the back heel, lifting through your back knee, and then finding that length and twist through the upper body. Softness through your face. Breathe into your belly. As we inhale, opening up to our high lunge, and an option here to lift the front heel up off the mat. Option here to take right arm underneath the left for Garudasana arms. These are just options. Or take right arm under to the shoulder. One more breath in. Let's come forward to arrowhead. We're finding our relief in a moment. Otherwise, deep breath down into the belly. Exhale, hands come down. As we fold forward, I'm going to step my back foot in slightly towards the center of the mat. And then find a little half lift. And let it go. If you have a block, you can take your hand onto a block to find a little more height here, a little more space. Otherwise, you can keep this front knee as bent as you need, using your hands to take some weight off of the front leg. We can also draw the toes back towards us. So finding a position that feels good for you, grounding evenly through the inner and outer edge of that front foot. Back to your breath, your Ujjayi breath, or your deep belly breathing through the nose, out through the nose. Bending your front knee. We're coming to find a balance now, warrior three. Hands come to the heart as we tilt forward, lifting up through the back leg. Beautiful. Now at any point, if you feel you're losing your balance, you can take your hands down, slowly walk the hands back up the leg, Coming back. Bottom knee can be as bent as you need. One more full breath in. We come all the way up to standing. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Beautiful. Find your balance again. Find your center, find your breath. Option to stay here or reach the left hand back. Maybe the gaze follows or turns to the side of the room. Draw the belly in, grow taller. Final option, just an option. So choosing somewhere that's respectful for your body today. Maybe sliding right hand to the outside of the left foot and extending through the heel. Wherever you've chosen, breathe. Lift tall. Embrace those wobbles. And then turning it all back to center. Can we extend the left toes forward, pointing here, hands pressing down, broaden the chest, broaden the shoulders, feeling this left thigh working. Can we lift a little higher for one more full breath in? Woo, exhale, release, let it go, shake out those legs. Come back to standing, palms facing forward, energy through your fingertips. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a pause, take a moment. Breathing into your heart, breathing into your belly. One more full breath in. Hands release. Inhale, arms rise, we're coming to the other side. Exhale, sit those hips down, reach tall through the arms. Again, shoulders away from the ears, but we're lifting up through the fingertips. Can we sit a little lower? Option to stay here. Or we lift the left heel, we find a little pulse here. Feeling those glutes engage. And then lowering the left heel, lifting the right heel. And pulse. Remember, this is just an option. And lower, holding again. Sit the hips back. Embrace that heat, welcoming it in, building the resilience in the body and in the mind. As we inhale, release, arms rise up. Exhale, right elbow to left thigh, sitting low down here. Taking the weight to your left foot onto the ball of the right as we shoot the right leg all the way back. Again, taking a moment here to find your revolved lunge. Right up on those back toes, back knee lifted. And find that breath again into the belly. Strong through the legs. Coming back to center, arms rise overhead. There was the option to lift your front heel, the option to take a left arm underneath the right for Garudasana. Or those hands can come to opposite shoulders. Lunge a little deeper, press out through that back heel. One more full breath in. We dive forward for our arrowhead, knowing that relief is coming. Can we hold on a little longer? One more full breath in. Ooh, let it go. Again, I'm walking my back foot in slightly here, grounding evenly through the inner and the outer edge of my front foot. There were all those options to bend the knee, pressing into the hands, maybe drawing the toes back towards the face. And again, we take a moment before we come to our balance to smooth the breath. To find our center. And you know, where we're going so slowly, finding our warrior three, hands to heart center, coming forward, lifting that back leg, finding that beautiful T shape. Again, hands can come down. The supporting leg can be nice and bent. If you fall out, don't worry. Just slowly come back when you're ready. Take breaks when you need. On your next inhalation, come to standing, draw the knee in towards the chest. Roll those shoulders back and down. And again, find your balance here. Maybe we stay here. Maybe right arm peels back. Lift tall up through the top of the head. Maybe the gaze follows. Final option, left hand to the outer blade of the right foot, and we extend through that heel. Embracing those wobbles with a smile on your face. I've been loving watching my 9-month-old at the moment, learning to stand and walk, turning back to center. When you're ready, extending that right leg forward, pointing those toes. And he reminds me every single day that falling and failing is all part of learning and growing. One more full breath in, release it, let it go. Again, coming to the top of your mat, hands down by the sides. Take a moment to roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Feel free to shake out through your legs before we come to Tadasana for a few breaths, letting that all settle. And it's funny how as adults we kind of lose that idea of learning and growing. We want to be able to do something yesterday. But things take time. There's no need to rush. Everything happens as it's meant to. One more full breath in and out. As we inhale, let's flow arms overhead. Exhale, folding forward, release. Inhale, half lift, spine space. Exhale, hands down, or jump back, lower with control, chaturanga. Moving through cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, full length of the out breath carries you back to downward facing dog. Inhale onto the toes, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of the mat, again forward fold. Inhaling to half lift. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, rising up tall. We are moving straight through. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back, lower with control, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog and pausing here. Taking 3 or so breaths, finding center before we move again. Again, thumb and forefinger grounding down, armpits turning towards each other, broadening the upper back. Inhale, take it right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee to the right elbow, pausing here. Feel the right side of the waist engaging, again rounding through those shoulders. Can we breathe? Bring the right knee to the left elbow, pausing here. Back to the right elbow, holding. Inhale, sweep it back and high. And then let's step right foot forward between the hands. Take the back foot down, opening to your warrior 2, Virabhadasana 2. Front knee stacked over the front ankle. Front heel in line with the arch of the back foot, arms out and strong. Gazing forward over those front fingertips. Can we lower down a little further here? And as much as we're lunging forward, can we think of grounding energy down through the back foot? Finding your center, top thigh turning up towards the sky. Let's find our side angle now. So forearm can come to lightly rest on the thigh, left arm reaching over or sliding the fingertips down, maybe even finding a bind here. Choosing an option or a variation that feels good for you today. One more full breath in. And let's square back to our warrior 2. As we inhale, straighten the front leg, reverse the warrior, paint the sky, open the side of the body. And as we exhale, come to our triangle pose. As we reach the right arm forward as far as we can, front knee can stay straight or slightly bent. And then we open out to Trikonasana. And here the tendency is kind of to lean back. So notice if the inner edge of your front foot is lifting off of the mat, can we keep it grounded and keep that thigh rotating outward? Use your breath. Can we find some lightness here? Again, grounding into all four corners of that back foot. Bottom ribs rolling under and forward. One more full breath in. As we exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior, right fingertips reach high. Coming to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose, bending the front knee deeply. Now, if you have a block, it can come handy to take your hand down onto a block, otherwise reaching farther forward onto the mat as we start to lift up through the back leg. Maybe we come onto those fingertips. Maybe bottom hand lifts up towards the heart. Wherever you are, staying for one more full breath in, flexing through that back foot. And then exhale, we're going to step the back foot back, really lightly and gently. Hands come to heart as we come to Skandasana. Left knee bends. Coming down as low as you can. So some might stay here looking towards the right toes. Others might come all the way down. This left heel might lift. You might want to make a little adjustment so that the heel can be down on the mat, lifting the heart to the thumbs, just gazing over that right shoulder. Opening to the inner thighs, the hamstrings. One more full breath in. As we slowly walk our way forward, our front foot, our right foot, is going to step back again. We're going to open to our side plank. And then our top foot, which is our right foot, steps behind us onto the ball. And then we lift up into our wild thing. Lifting the hips, lifting the heart, letting the head go. Stretching to the front of the body. Breathe. One more full breath in. And squaring it back, heel lifts high as we sweep back to a three-legged dog. And then come forward, option to move through a three-limb vinyasa flow. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Full length of the exhale takes us back. Downward facing dog. And breathe. And back to your intention. What was the reason that you came to this practice today? If the mind has wandered, can we bring it back here? Can we come back to that intention for the rest of the time here today? Let's inhale to take the left leg high. Exhale, draw the knee to the elbow, pause here. Hold it. Engage left side of the body. Take it over to the right, pausing here, breathing. Back to the left, pausing here and breathing. Round those shoulders. One more full breath in. Sweep it back high. And then finding that sweet relief as we step the left foot through, turn the back heel down, find our warrior two position. Deep lunge forward, connection pouring down into that back foot. Shoulders softening away from the ears. Strong legs, energy through the upper body, and a softness through your face. Coming to our side angle pose, as we bring the forearm to the thigh, maybe reach the fingertips down, or maybe finding a bind if that is in your practice today. Noticing any feedback in your body, returning back to your warrior two. Inhale, reverse, straighten that front leg, reaching left arm tall. Keeping that front leg straight as we reach forward, finding Trikonasana, triangle pose, and then open out to the shape that feels good for you today. Again, grounding down to the inner edge of your front foot, your left foot. Maybe taking the hand to the shin for support. And we come back to our center here before we move to half moon on the other side. So finding that center within so that we can find it when we come to our shape or our balance. Coming back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg to reverse again, taking the block or reaching the front hand, the left hand down, further forward, maybe off of your mat as we find stability and start to lift up to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. We can keep that hand down, we're pressing out through that back foot. Or maybe, whoop, if it's here for you today, we can lift bottom hand towards the heart center. One more full breath in before we lightly step all the way back. Hands come to heart, bending through your right knee, staying up as high as you like, or coming all the way down. Again, hands to heart, turning the gaze over your front toes. Opening here, dropping, softening the hips. One more full breath in. Walking the hands forward. The left foot is going to step all the way back, finding your side plank. And then the top foot steps behind us as we inhale, lift the hips open through your heart. Deep opening in the front of the body. One more full breath in. And turning back to center as we lift the left heel high, three-legged dog. Option to flow through a three-limbed plank as we lower with control. This time coming to your cobra or upward dog. And then we're going to find our child's pose. Take the knees down, hips to heels, forehead relaxes. Breathing here. And maybe taking the palms together, bending the elbows. And again, thumbs can come to the back of the neck. Breathing the belly onto the thighs. Before you slowly roll all the way back up, we're going to tuck the toes, come to toe sit. So toes tuck, sit the hips back to the heels. We'll take a few more breaths here. And I know this can be really intense for some people, this pose, especially if we wear shoes and the feet are gripping a lot throughout the day. But just see if you can meet the resistance in your body with your breath. Notice any other places in the body that might take the tension, like the face, the neck, the shoulders, the fingertips. And can we whisper to those places to let go? And gently taking the hands down, tucking our toes, just tapping out through the tops of the toes before we come to our camel pose. So taking the hands onto your lower back, fingertips facing down. Draw those elbows back behind you. We're going to come up into a high kneel, and I want you to think of tucking the tail down towards the mat so the hips are tucked under. From here, we're going to lift the heart up towards the sky. Take your gaze high. Keep pressing those hips forward. Take one more full breath in here. And then lowering all the way back down, hips to heels. An option to do exactly that again, or maybe we come into the full expression as we lift all the way back up. I like to tuck my toes under to make it a little more accessible. As I press the hips forward, lift the heart, elbows draw back, maybe taking one hand at a time back towards your heels, peeling those shoulders open. Let the head hang back, hips pressing forward. And drawing the chin back to your chest, hands come back to your lower back. Sitting all the way back down, hips to heels. Just taking a moment to let that beautiful heart opener settle. Notice any energy moving through your body here. A sense of spaciousness, a sense of The blood rushing and flushing through. Take one more full breath into your belly. And then we're going to sit the hips to the side, bring the feet together out in front of you, Baddha Konasana, knees open out nice and wide. Take a little moment to kind of shift a little from side to side, maybe stretching through the sides of the body, then taking hold of the ankles, or I like to slide my forearms underneath my shins. Choice is yours, maybe just keeping your hands out in front as we inhale to find the length and exhale to fold forward. I want you to round forward here, aiming the top of the head towards the feet or the toes. Just allow your upper body to hang. Again, I like to slide the forearms underneath my shins to help just draw down and deepen. And as we come towards the end of our practice, it can be tempting to start to think of the next thing, start to think of what's left to do for the day. But I invite you to stay here for a little longer, stay present in your body. Breathing into the sensation, breathing into the resistance. And slowly rolling all the way back up. Bringing your hips about to the center of the mat, and we're going to lower all the way down. Taking your feet into tabletop, your legs into tabletop, your heels of your hands onto the tops of your thighs. From here, I want you to press the knees back towards the hands towards the knees. Feel your belly engage. Back of your waistband pressing down onto the mat. We're going to extend the left leg out, the left arm out, pressing the right knee and the right hand together. And then swap it over, left hand presses to left leg as we extend the right arm, the right leg. Draw it back in. Keep that tuck under of the tail. A little work through our core. A little more strengthening here. Continuing to inhale, open. Exhale, close, really pressing knee to hand. Let's go one more in each side. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Last one. Inhaling to open. And exhale to close. Take the feet down onto the mat. Arms out into cactus and just find a gentle windscreen wiper here, rinsing and washing it out. Before we come to a few hip bridges. So settling back in center, drawing your knees towards your buttocks, fingertips down on the mat towards your heels. Bringing your feet about hip distance apart, the knees are going to stay pointing up towards the sky. As we inhale now, ground through the heels. Imagine there's a block between your thighs so they're not splaying out. We're going to lift the hips up and lower all the way down. Inhaling to rise. And exhaling to lower. Beautiful. Let's go 3 more. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling to lower. Can we lift a little higher on our last 2? Really grounding through those heels. Exhaling to let it go. Once more. Inhaling to lift. This time we're going to hold here. Take your hands behind your back, interlace the palms, and then roll the shoulders open and under. Keep your heart lifting. Keep the knees towards center, up towards the sky. Breathing here. Maybe closing down the eyes. Can we press the mat away with our heels? Just taking one more deep breath in. Release the arms, take the hands back flat, unroll the shoulders, lower all the way back down. Beautiful. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Now 2 options here. We're either going to bring the feet together, knees out wide, and take a few breaths with the hands on the belly. Or if you'd like to come into your bridge pose, your full wheel, the choice is yours. So we shift the hips down towards the heels. If you are familiar with this pose, please go ahead. If you've never done it before, obviously I can't see you, so this wouldn't be the best time to try, okay? So if you're not confident with coming up to wheel, please take the option of a few breaths on your back or coming back into your hip bridge here. So otherwise, hands come, fingertips towards the shoulders, heels right in close. We press the mat away with the hands, come to the top of the head. Then pressing all the way back up on an inhalation, opening through the front of the body, the shoulders. Any variations that are good for you. Again, if you've come up, you're familiar with this pose, I know you're confident, I know you're safe. Staying for as long as you like, otherwise drawing the chin back to chest, bending through those elbows, tucking down and lowering bit by bit all the way back down onto the mat. Beautiful. And if your legs are out wide now, just taking the feet to the outer edges of the mat, allowing your knees to fall in. And same goes if you've just come all the way back up in your wheel. Let's take a breath or two here. And how good does the sweet reward of stillness feel after we've been working hard? So just taking a moment to bask in this beautiful calm that we can now enjoy in the body, the calm after the storm perhaps. Drawing the knees in, and let's just find a gentle twist now. Knees falling over to the left, keep it easy. And let's let go of any control of the breath now. Let it all go, just let it flow at its own natural and even pace. Coming back to center and over to the other side. And making your way back to center, drawing your knees towards your chest. Finding a few gentle circles here, maybe opening to happy baby. If shoulder stand is in your practice or plow pose, feel free to also take any of those options here as well. But wherever you move, however you move, just make sure it's nice and slow and gentle. I like to rock a little from side to side, maybe draw my heels in, press the knees out. And if there is any last movement at all that would feel good for you, please take a moment. You know your body best, you're always your best teacher to do so, to take whatever that might be. If you're in plow or shoulder stand, taking a few breaths to slowly make your way back out. Anyone else, if you're ready, just coming down to Shavasana. Bringing your heels wide, arms by your side, palms facing up. And at this point of our practice, we've let go of control of the breath. Now we can let go of any control, anything we're holding in the body, any gripping, just really, really let it go. Allowing the earth to receive the full weight of your body, anything that you're carrying. Allow yourself to be held. Scanning your body with your mind's eye from the crown of your head to the tips of your fingertips and toes. With your awareness softening every part of your body. And I invite you to stay here for as long as you can, for as long as you have. Just basking in the peace, calm and quiet that you've created here. Otherwise, I'm going to close off this video just by taking hold behind the legs, bending in, and slowly coming back up to a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed for a few more moments. And bringing the hands together at heart center. Maybe finishing by one last time visualizing that intention that you set earlier in class today. What was it that you wanted to bring to this practice, bring to your day, bring to your week? Seeing that clearly again. Whatever that thing was, can we breathe it now into your heart space? Trusting that it's now within you, trusting that it's done. Exhale, let it go, bowing your head inward. May we all be happy, may we all be healthy, may we all enjoy our days and our lives with ease. From my heart to yours, sending deep gratitude and thanks for being here. And thank you for this practice of yoga that's been handed down for thousands of years and gifted to us. Namaste. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. Mwah.